General training reading test tips and strategies.
General training reading. General training IELTS UKVI or general training IELTS that is used for migrating to Canada or other English-speaking countries. People who want to acquire 4 bands in this, there are 40 questions that you have to solve in 1 hour. And in order to get 4 bands, you just need to get 15 answers correct out of 40. So if you get 15, 16, 17, or 18 answers correct, your score will be 4 bands. Today, in this video, we're going to go through a complete test, question 1 to question 40, with 2 candidates who will be reading and solving those questions. It is not a difficult test. Just remember how to read quickly. These questions are not designed to deliberate and think about those questions deeply. Focus on vocabulary, pronouns, parts of speech, how the word connects, and that is all. Even if there are difficult words in it, you do not have to worry. Your task is to find the keywords and land on the relevant information. Before we begin, I would like to tell you that 90% of the exam reading test has answers in sequence. There's just one task, 1 or 2, match the headings or match the paragraph. These 2 question types are not in a sequence. Rest of the exam has a sequence, right? And another thing that I would like to tell before we start, there is no need to start from question 1 in your real exam. What you need to do, you will look at your exam, you would look at your topics, and whichever topic appeals you with a question type, read that first. It doesn't matter if it is passage 2. If you like to solve true, false, not given first, and you think it takes less of your time, please solve that task first. Leave match the heading at the end, so at least you can get 15, 16, 17 to 18 answers correct in your test. If you will start solving match the heading in the first go, you won't be able to solve your entire test. You'll be frustrated. You will be upset. You will not understand anything. You will read something once. You will read something twice. You will read something thrice. Still, you will not get anything. So in this particular task, I will first tell you the tips how to solve different question types and how to start, which ones are the easiest ones with the sequence. Go for the questions that have a sequence in them. Now, I will share the screen and we will have a look at the task that we will be solving together. Today, we're going to go through the book Cambridge IELTS 16. This book is available online as well. You can download it. It's free. Now, let's choose a task from this book. Let's go with test number 3. As you can see, section 1. Before we begin, let's ask the candidate to go through the headings and the question types. Marian, could you please read the title?
Map showing walk starting from Bigham Town Hall.
Yeah. So this particular one is about maps. If we look at the question type, can you read the question?
Okay. The text on our page 60 has 5 paragraphs. Which paragraph mentions are following? Write the correct letters A to E in boxes 1 and 5 on your answer sheet. You may see your letter more than once.
You may use your letter. This NB stands for to be noted that you can use one letter more than twice, right? Now, do you think this question type is in a sequence? Bilal, do you think that there's a sequence in this?
Yes, ma'am.
No, this is not a task that has a sequence because you have to match the paragraph with these statements. And as you can see, we have headings A, B, C, D, E. We have to match it, isn't it? So do you think matching is ever in a sequence?
No, ma'am.
It's not in a sequence. So even if you are very good at reading, don't do this task first because you will be confused that which task matches which one. Leave this for now. Bilal, read the second one.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. The map Hampton Scarecrow competition, a great success.
Yeah. Maplehampton Scarecrow competition. You might not know what is a scarecrow, but it's okay. You might not know what is a scarecrow. Do not be afraid. Even if you don't know any word from it, none of your business. It's all right. If you don't know something, it's completely fine. But scarecrow, before we move on, I would like to tell you what is a scarecrow. Right? This is a scarecrow. This.
Got it, ma'am.
This is a scarecrow that is found in the fields to scare off animals or birds from destroying the crop. Okay? Anyways, let's get back to the passage and look at the question type here. Yes, what is this question type? Bilal, read the question type, please.
Sure, ma'am. Do the following statement agree with the information given in the text on page 62? True. If the statement agrees with the information, false. If the statement contradicts the information not given, if there is no information on this.
Mehreen, beautiful. Can you tell me, do you think true, false, and not given, they are in a sequence?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, this is true, that there is a sequence with this task. It is right. So if we are going to solve paragraph 1 or passage 1, we will first go through the question 6 to 14.
14.
Right? So let's quickly solve it together. I will also tell you how to solve it. We have our passage in here, as you can see it on the screen. And we've got the questions in this. What will be your strategy in here? Would you read all the questions first, or we will read one question first and find the answer first? What do you say?
I think so. First question.
Yeah, so
first question.
let's do it. Let's do it one by one. Okay, sixth, Mehreen, read the statement and tell me what is the key word and what is the key idea in this. Come on.
Traditionally, most scarecrows were the same size as a human being. Is the same size is the first keyword, and traditionally, I think so.
Bilal, any ideas? What should be the keyword here that we need to find? What information we need to find out?
Traditionally, and same size as a human being.
Well, I say most scarecrows were, few scarecrow were, or none of them. What do you say? Because it is a game of antonyms, synonyms, linking words. Everybody would focus on other things, but people would not pay attention to the most important information that they need to pay attention to. So, could you please find out the answer? Don't tell me yet. Just find the answer. And then after a minute, I will ask you where is the answer. Okay? Just do it yourself first. All right, it is time now. Would you please guide me, Mehreen? Where is the answer and what is the answer?
Is the in second line usually life size. A traditional scarecrow was a model, usually life size of a woman or men and women dressed in old clothes. Of their purpose was a frightened of birds away. Through how successful they were is a matter of opinion. So it's true because most scarecrow were the same size as a human being, and the
Bilal,
human being is mentioned man and
Ma'am,
woman.
ma'am, I think so. Not given, ma'am. They didn't talk about most of scarecrows, ma'am.
uh, okay. A traditional scarecrow was a model usually. What is the meaning of usually? Usually means mostly, commonly. What do you say?
Usually life size.
Yeah, usually. If you say most, usually, mostly, I do this. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the
Most
answer?
usually life size.
Usually life size, mostly life size. Most scarecrow.
Yes, ma'am. It's true,
Of
ma'am.
course, they're not going to use the same words. They're just going to give you the same context here. Usually, mostly, same.
True, ma'am.
What do you say, Mary?
Yes, because usually life size of a man and woman and man is a human
Yes.
being. So
Yes,
it is
that
a
is right.
true.
If they would have not done most, then they would have given us rarely. What they would have
Yeah,
said? Rarely.
rarely.
Opposite of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, now Bilal, read the second one and tell me what is the keyword and what. Okay, now before we move on, we need to underline that we found the answer here. Answer number 6. We can put a number here and you can see a sequence yourself. Number 7.
Okay, ma'am. Number 7. The competition in September was the first one in Maplehampton.
First, tell me what is the key information in this?
Ma'am, September. Competition in September.
Okay, first one and in September. Okay. Now please read the paragraph and tell me if it's true, false, and not given or not given.
Okay, ma'am. Maplehampton's scarecrow competition took place on September 12th. Local farmers supplied everything needed to make a scarecrow, like pieces of wood to form a frame and straw to stuff the scarecrow. The scarecrow were dressed in old clothes, which the competitors brought with them.
That is all. I think in the
Ma-
first line,
yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Mehreen, the
ma'am,
competition in
ma'am,
September was the first one in Maplehampton.
no, ma'am.
Yes,
True.
I think so. Right, because um, its line is that
Ma'am, it's
took place on September 12th.
But where is the information? Is it the first one,
ma'am,
the last one?
ma'am,
First one
not true,
Where?
ma'am.
is that took. Yeah, not given. I think the local farmers supplied everyone needed to make scarecrow like pieces of wood and hay and straw of stuff their scarecrow. The scarecrow were dressed in cold clothes, which is competitor bring with.
We
Yeah,
just know one thing that Maplehampton Scarecrow competition took place on 12th September. This is something
yeah,
September,
that
not
we
the
yes,
do.
first one. Yes, not a
Okay, but
shared
they
first
are
one.
asking us the competition in September was the first one in Maplehampton. Do you know anything about it?
no.
Yeah, this now mention is there in second
It is
paragraph.
not given. They have talked about the
Yes, ma'am.
September, they have talked about the Maplehampton competition, but they have not told us anything. Is it the first one, last one, or the third or fourth one? We don't know about it.
Yes,
So answer
Yes, ma'am.
number 7 we found in
it's
here.
not given.
Yes.
Not
Now,
given.
Mehreen, read number 8.
The farmers who provided materials could take part in the competition. Could take part or provided materials,
Okay, farmers who
farmers
provided materials could take part
materials and could
or
take part.
could not take part. Farmers who
Okay.
provided materials could take part, could not take part, or do we have no information about it? Please read the paragraph and tell me.
Okay. The festival was held in the village hall instead of outdoor as planned.
No, pretty.
Due
You
to
have to read
oh,
from here, the local farmers.
okay, sorry. Local farmers supplied everything needed to make a scarecrow, like pieces of wood to form of a frame and straw to stuff the scarecrow. The scarecrow were dressed in old clothes, which the competitors brought with us.
brought with them.
The festival was held in a village hall instead of outdoor
No,
as
we
planned
don't
due
have to
to
go far. This is about farmers who provided materials. Local farmers supplied everything
needed
to make a scarecrow. What were the materials? Pieces of wood, frame, straw stuff, everything. The scarecrows were dressed in old clothes, which the competitors brought with them. The competitors brought with them. The question says, the farmers who supplied materials could take part in the competition. Is it true? Is it false? Or do you think this information is not given in the paragraph?
I think so false because competitor brought with them. No.
Bilal, what do you suggest?
Just give me a second. Ma'am, false.
It's a false. It's a false.
False.
Look, they have told us half part of the information that the farmers who provided materials. They have told us what material.
Yes,
but they have not talked anything about they could participate in the competition or not. They just told us a simple thing that the competitors brought the scarecrows with them. That is all. We don't know who were the competitors. What do you say? Do we have half information only? Do we have any information about farmers competing in the same competition? They might be supplying things, but who knows who are the competitors? We don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
The scarecrows were dressed in old clothes, which the competitors brought with them. Who are those competitors? Our question is that the farmers who provided materials, the same farmers who provided materials could take part in the competition. Have they told us anything about it?
No, ma'am.
No.
This is definitely not given, and it's very apparent. Next one, Bilal, read 9th.
All clothes were supplied to the people who made the scarecrows. Okay. The festival was held in the village hall instead of outdoors as planned. Due to the unusually high temperature, there was 2 classes, one for adults and one for children. All of them working in small teams. Over 20 teams took part, each creating one scarecrow. They were encouraged by audience of around 50 and had ideas and guidance from the local artist Precious Senzo.
What is the key word in it? Old clothes were supplied to the people who made the scarecrows. Old clothes were given to the people who made the scarecrows. Is it true? Is it false? Or do we have no information about it?
I think so. No information about it because I don't found old clothes were supplied. Who made the scarecrow? In third one paragraph.
Okay.
Second one, the scarecrow were dressed in the old clothes, which is completely brought with them. Were dressed in old clothes. And
this still continues with the part that local farmers supplied everything needed. They supplied everything needed. Local farmers supplied everything needed to make a scarecrow. Nobody gave it to them. Nobody gave it to them, like pieces of wood to form a frame and a straw to stuff the scarecrow. The scarecrows were dressed in old clothes. Half of the information which competitors brought with them. You may also read further if you think that there's any information given about clothes. I don't think so there's any information in this paragraph. So consider this one. Old clothes were supplied to the people who made the scarecrows. Scarecrows were made by
People.
for example, whoever made them. Old clothes were supplied to the people. Who made the scarecrows? Listen, it says that local farmers supplied everything. Old clothes were supplied not to the farmers, but farmers supplied old clothes for the scarecrows. Is it true, false, or not given?
False.
Bilal, what do you say? That old clothes were supplied to the people who made the scarecrows, or people who made the scarecrows provided the old clothes? Because this is what the statement is all about.
People provide the clothes.
Farmers, yes, farmers provided and supplied old clothes, right? Not other people.
Yes.
Because it is supplied to the farmers. See, if you say old clothes were supplied to the farmers, no. Old farmers supplied the material to make the scarecrows. So this is the opposite of what happened. So this is true, false, or not given?
False.
False. 10th, Marine, read the statement.
The venue of the competition was changed because of the weather. Okay, the festival was held in a village hall instead of outdoor as planned. Due to an unusually high temperature, there are two classes, one of the adults and one for the children. All of them working in a small team. Over 20 teams take part, each creating one scarecrow. They were encouraged by an audience of around 50 and had ideas to guidance from the local artist, Tracy Senzo.
Wait a second.
And
True, ma'am.
Just a minute, excuse me. Okay. Could you guys please find the answer? First, tell me the keyword.
True, ma'am. True.
Because of
just tell me the keyword quickly in here, then I will give you a minute to find out. The
venue, competition, and changed because of weather.
Okay, the basic thing is, was it changed because of the weather, or was it not changed because of the weather, or do we have any information about it or not? I'll be right back. Excuse me. What is the answer?
True, ma'am.
True. Can you read it for me?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. The festival was held in the village hall instead of the outdoor as planned due to the unusually high temperature.
All right. So we can see that there is the value of the competition was changed because of the weather. It is true. And answer number 10 we have found in here. That is right. Okay, Mary, read statement number 11.
Competitors could get advice on making their scarecrow. Get advice. First one keyword and making their scarecrow.
Okay. Please find it from the paragraph.
True. Competitor? No, ma'am. Competitor, no.
The scarecrow was judged by a team of people from the village.
Don't just quickly jump to the next paragraph. It could be in the next line also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When I find answer, I just again read next line from the next line.
Of course, if you found the answer in the previous one, you don't really have to jump to the next passage. It could be in the next line and the same.
There were two classes, one of adults and one of children, all of them working in a small team. Over 20 teams took part, each creating one scarecrow. They were encouraged by an audience of around 50 and had idea to guidance from local artist Tracy Senzo.
True, ma'am.
Okay, the competitors could get advice on making their scarecrows. And what do you say, Mehreen? Is it true, false, or not given?
competitor could get advice on making their scarecrow. Okay. And this one is there are two classes, one of adult and children, all of working in small team. Our 22 part, each creating means making. Okay. One scarecrow. Is that true?
They were encouraged by audience around 50 and had
ideas and guidance from local artist
local
Tracy
Yes.
Senzo. That is right.
Hmm.
That's right. So
True.
basically, competitors could get advice on making their scarecrows. That is right, because there was a class going on about it as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's given in here. And we can mark the answer 11
Local
here.
artist.
So what is it? Is it true, false, or not given?
True, ma'am.
True.
True, absolutely true. Okay, Bilal, read the 12th.
Sure, ma'am. In the judge's opinion, the scarecrow dressed as an alien was better than the giant bird.
Keywords.
Okay. Giant bird. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in the judge's opinion, that a scarecrow dressed as an alien was better than the giant bird. In the verdict of, or in the opinion of judges, let's have a look at the paragraph. Allowed?
Okay, ma'am. The scarecrow was judged by a team of people from the village. The winning children's team made a scarecrow that looked like a giant bird, which would surely keep every real bird away. The winning adult team's scarecrow was dressed as an alien from another planet, and its face was painted to make it look very frightening, at least to human beings.
Yeah, we need to find out in judge's opinion were scarecrows dressed as aliens were better than giant birds. Do we have any opinion of judges on this?
No.
Somebody can be confused because of the winning. The children's team made a scarecrow that looked like a giant bird. Okay, which would surely keep every real bird away. The winning adult team's scarecrow was dressed as both were winners, from an adult team and from a children's team as well. So we cannot say that they said something was better than the alien were better than the giant bird. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am. And even there is no mention related to opinion, judge opinion.
Opinion, yes.
Yeah. Somebody could be confused
So
if they're trying to be over smart, who won, who lost. But as you can see that winning children's team, they got it for a giant bird, and winning adults team, they got it for the alien, right? So basically there's no opinion which one was better. That would alien was better than the giant bird or not. There's no opinion about it. So what is it? Is it true, false, or not given?
Not given, ma'am.
Not given.
Seems so. This seems so that this is not given. Okay, now 13. Mary.
The competition organizer supplied a picnic for the competitor and spectators. And keyword is organizers supplied and spectators.
Okay, supplied a picnic, or they did not supply a picnic, or for the audience and competitors. That is the whole thing about. Let's find out. We found answer number 12 here in this paragraph, although it was not given, but half information was given around here in this paragraph. Further, now we need to find out about the competition organizers. Let's see where we can find this information. Could be in the last paragraph.
Can I start in last paragraph?
I'm sure you can. You can try it.
After the judging, many of participants and the spectators had a picnic which they had bought.
Which they
Some
had
of the-
brought. This is something that was brought by them. Them who? Spectators and competitors themselves.
Ma'am, I think so. False.
After the judging, many of participants and spectators had a picnic which they had bought. And the question is that competition organizers supplied a picnic to competitors.
They gave the picnic or they brought it with them themselves? That's the question.
Ma'am, they brought their self, ma'am.
So is it true, false, or not given?
Ma'am, false, ma'am.
Mary. The competition organizers, they gave a picnic, just it's like a party. Like they gave a party or people arranged a party for themselves. What do you say?
Many of participants inspector had a picnic, and they had bought. I think so. False.
They had brought it themselves. Brought means to bring. Whatever, maybe they had bread, maybe they had butter, they had cheese. They brought it themselves from home. It was not provided by the competition organizers.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you get the meaning? Mehreen, do you understand?
No. Can you again tell me?
Many of the participants, this means competitors, spectators means audience, had a picnic. They had a picnic which they had brought. Do you know what is brought? This is bring, brought. To take with them. They, just like if you go for a picnic, you bring your bread with you. Nobody arranges that for you there. You go to the park, you bring your food to the park yourself. So, participants and spectators had a picnic which they had brought. Which?
They had brought.
Who had brought? Who had brought the picnic? What is picnic? Picnic is food, drinks, refreshments.
Yes.
Who? Do you think competition organizers supplied that picnic or competitors and spectators had it themselves?
Competitors and these are false.
But do you understand the statement or not?
Yes.
Are you sure?
The competitors.
I think
Yes,
you don't know the meaning of brought. This is the second form of the word.
No, I know. Bring, brought.
Yes. They had brought. Participants and spectators had a picnic which they had brought. Do you understand it or not?
Question is that competitor organizer supplied a picnic.
This is not competitor. This is not competitor. This is competition organizers, judges.
Okay, organizers. Okay.
Not competitors. Competitors are the people who competed. Competition organizers are the people who organized the event. Anyways, is it true, false, or not? Bilal, true, false, or not given?
Ma'am, false, ma'am. Which one? 13?
13th.
13, ma'am?
Yeah, because
yes,
they
false,
had brought it themselves. It was not provided by the competition organizers.
Yes, false is false.
Anyways, 14. Bilal, read 14.
Is false is true? False is right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bilal, read 14.
14. Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow to frighten bird away from her crops.
Okay.
Well,
Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow. She did not buy a scarecrow. Or there's no information about it. Or it frightened away. Let's talk about it. Read it.
Okay. Alice Cameron, a local farmer, liked one of the scarecrows so much, she bought it to stand on her balcony. She said she didn't need it to scare birds away from her crops.
Yes.
As only birds.
The
answer is that, ma'am.
Yeah. So Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow not to frighten birds away. She just wanted to keep it on her balcony.
Yes, ma'am. False, ma'am.
Yeah, that's false. Mehreen, do you understand it or not?
Yes. Alice Cameron brought a scarecrow to frighten birds away from her crops. And statement is that Alice Cameron, a local farmer, liked one of a scarecrow so much she bought to stand on her balcony. She said she did not need to scare birds away from her crops, as only scare that made a noise were effective. So, is that true?
Do you think that Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow to frighten birds away?
No, 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 no. Stand on her balcony.
No, first tell me, is it true, false, or not given? You need to understand that she bought the scarecrow to frighten the birds away, or she did not want to frighten the birds away from her
She did
crops.
not find it. She did
Yeah,
not.
so this is true, false, or not given? They say, the statement says she did not need to scare the crows. The paragraph says that she did not need to scare the birds away, but the question says that she wanted to frighten the birds away. This is the opposite.
Yes.
This says yes,
Yes,
this
yes,
says
yes.
no.
Yes. It's
So is
no.
it, so it is opposite.
Yes, opposite.
So
Question
what
is
is,
that
Hmm.
both the scarecrow to frighten birds, but she did not need to scare birds away from her crops.
So is it true, false, or not given?
Is a false.
Yes, because this is a contradictory statement. It is given here. If the statement contradicts, if the statement is opposite, then definitely it is a false.
False.
Marine, do you understand still, or you're confused?
I am understand.
I understand. Okay, anyways, because this is passage 1, now we're going to move to the difficult part in here. Not difficult, but I think more time taking. We're going to move to these questions here. We will match the paragraph with the statement. This type of task, it is nicer, it's recommended that we read all these statements quickly. So Marian, can you read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 these statements quickly?
You may use the letter one more than once. The chance to go into a cave. 2. The chance to spend them beside to a lake. 3. Some unusual architecture. 4. Unsuitability for young children. 5. The length of the walk depending on the weather.
Okay, now there are 2 tips to solve this, because depends on which tip do you want to use. Either we can read A quickly and find out which one is the most suitable and cancel out the ones which are not relevant. That's also one thing. Or we can randomly take any one. Maybe we can take, I see the word here, weather. So I quickly look at the words in here, weather. I see the word children. So I quickly track the word children somewhere. Okay, I see children here. Maybe I also see children somewhere else. Architecture, do we see the word architecture somewhere? Architecture. Something about buildings, something about...
Yes, it's the last E paragraph.
Okay, architect in here. I also would look for the word lake, if caves somewhere, if we can find caves somewhere, caves.
B
It's
paragraph. In B paragraph. B.
D, caves.
B, caves.
B, caves. Here also, we can also see caves here.
It's D, E.
Yeah, in both we can see, but we need to find which is the most suitable one. Okay, a lake. Now we can, if we could just quickly look for the word water body, lake. Lake.
C from the C.
C.
Lake. First B doesn't lake.
Just a minute, please. Could you help me out? Where? B, which line?
B, second line, second last line.
Second last line, half dozen lakes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this is another quick way. Another way is like some people, if they have time, they would want to go through it and read one and then try to find out the answer. So which approach would you like to follow? Would you like to read A first, or would you like to first track the words where you found the information? What would you like to do? Which approach would
I think so, with words.
All right, with words. Brilliant.
Go with words, I think.
Go with words. All right. Go with words. Let's find the answer of the chance to go into caves first. Where did we find the word caves? We found the word here, butter caves. We also found the word caves. Caves here.
B paragraph.
So we can read B and D. First read B.
This walk will take you to the top of the Burley Hill along a nice, easy path that people of the all ages will be able to manage. From the summit, you can see for a great distance to the north and west across a landscape that includes half of dozen lakes and enters to better caves. Bear in mind, though, that mist after came in from the sea and covered the hilltop. Chance to go into caves.
Yeah. An opportunity to enter
It's
in the caves.
enter in the caves. Yeah, enters the better cave. Go into caves and enters in the better cave.
But from both the paragraphs where they can have the chance to go into the caves. Bilal, read E also. Read E.
Okay. If you want an easy, undemanding walk over flat ground, this walk will suit you perfectly. It passes the entrance to a famous Butter Caves visitor attraction, so you can combine a visit there with a walk or just take shelter. If it
it's
starts raining, on the final stage of the walk, you pass through Wimpole, the village where Richard Martin, the architect of a number of local buildings, lived for much of his life.
First, tell me, which
For-
one
for
provides an
A-
opportunity to enter into the cave? B or E?
B, ma'am. B, ma'am.
B
E.
provides the opportunity to enter into the cave.
No, E.
No, opportunity,
No,
ma'am.
entrance
E,
to the
ma'am.
Butter Caves. See, this is entrance to the Butter Cave. This one says you can walk into it. You can even take a shelter
Yes.
if it starts raining.
Yeah.
So,
E, ma'am.
B is the answer. E. Bilal, tell me.
E, ma'am.
No pressure. Mehreen, do you understand it or not?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, I think E is the most suitable one because in the previous one, they have
Yes.
not talked about it, that you can enter into it. Entrance, of course, it has an entrance, but the chance to go into the caves. Go
Yes, ma'am.
into the caves.
Into
I
the
think
caves.
E is the most relevant one. Okay, now can we look for word lake? Where have we found the word lake besides B?
Lake.
If we have found the word lake somewhere else too, please tell me.
Okay.
The chance to spend time
C.
beside a lake.
In C paragraph, an artificial lake was.
Okay, lake, we can also highlight this word, artificial lake. Artificial lake.
Line.
Okay, we
Third
found
line,
it
third
in
line.
here. We found the word lakes here also. Okay, we found the word lake here also. And we
Ma'am,
found the
C paragraph is
Yes,
much
C.
suitable because
C,
beside
C.
the yes. ma'am.
Wait a second. Do we have the lake word somewhere else too? Lake. Here.
No, ma'am.
Here. Just lake shelter.
Lake shelter.
A walk lake shelter. We found the word lake at 3 places. Now, if you're in a hurry, you read B first. That is it the chance to spend time beside a lake? Can you tell me in B, do we have anything related to that? You can spend time beside a lake. You have any information in B? Here also we have the word lake. I think we have to go through B. You have to go through C and D and also E. You have to tell me which one provides the chance to spend time beside a lake. B cannot be the answer. They have not told us
I don't
anything.
think so. It's D because it takes you to shore to a lake at the sport content of swimming. Children
will want to
play
enjoy themselves in the adventure playground nearby. So
Yeah.
nearby is also beside the lake. The chance to spend time beside a lake.
Lake. So D is, I think so D is the correct answer.
Bilal, what do you say? You have to choose the correct one. The chance to spend time beside a lake. B is not the answer because they have not told us anything about it, that somebody can spend
Yes,
time
ma'am.
beside the lake or not. C cannot be the
C is not
answer
the answer. No,
because they
yes,
have
ma'am,
told
C
us
is not
an
the answer.
artificial lake was originally created, nothing more about it.
Yes, ma'am. Beside
E,
the village.
E we read on, or just take shelter if just, that's not lake, that's take. I'm so sorry. That is not lake, guys. This is take. So I think this is not even the option. E is not the option. We only had to choose between B, C, and D. So what is the
Ma'am,
answer?
D, ma'am. D, ma'am. D.
The suitable one. Okay. Now we are going to go through the word some unusual architecture. Now shape, design, find the word somewhere else also. We found the word architect in E. Besides that, if you think we have the word architect, design, structure somewhere, please find out. Created in strange looking houses, ceramics factory, which is still.
No, ma'am. It's just in E, ma'am.
But anything related to it, maybe structure, maybe something. Some unusual, different architect. We need to find that word also, like it's different.
Architect is in E paragraph.
E is given, but we also need to figure this out, that some different architecture, some different structure that is different than the other ones. A also talks about the architecture that is about bricks, anything that is about
Bricks.
building that product. We can consider this.
Ma'am, can we use C one is also because this road leads you through the village, so which was created in
Houses,
the 19
ceramics
former.
factory, largest employer. No. Okay, wait. Turned into adventure playground after you leave. Choice words to return, start. So either continue, we need to find out unusual structure, something different. One of the many places in district where bricks were made for hundreds of years. A talks about infrastructure. A talks about architecture. D talks about architecture of some place. No. D
No,
doesn't talk about architecture of a place. E talks about architecture of a place. No. I don't think so.
No,
D
ma'am.
and E do not. Besides that, based
Ma'am,
on
I think so. C, ma'am.
read it.
This road leads you through the village of Cottesloe, which was created in the 1930s and is famous for its strange looking houses and ceramic factory.
Yes. Right or wrong? Strange looking.
Yes, ma'am.
Unusual
Strange looking, unusual structure, architecture.
Okay, so we can choose this. I think this is the most suitable one. Although A also talks a little bit about architecture. The word architect is mentioned in here, but nobody talks about some different architecture. And we found this word in paragraph C.
C.
Right? That is
Yes.
strange architecture there. Right? Strange buildings. And okay, so what should I choose as the answer?
Is
C,
C.
ma'am. C, ma'am.
Here it is, strange looking houses and ceramics. Okay, C. Now 4, we will just focus on children. In which paragraph do we have the word children?
In D. D.
In D, children. And besides that, anywhere else where we have children? The word children? Children. Unsuitability for young children. Here we find some information in here. Please note that the ground is very uneven and under 6s. This means a child should not be taken on this walk.
Yes.
Besides that, where did we read the word children? We read it in D. So do you have to tell me unsuitability for young children? No, this place is very suitable for young children because they can play beside the lake. Children will want to enjoy themselves in the adventure playground nearby. They're asking about a place that is unsuitable for young children.
A, ma'am. A.
Mehreen, what do you say?
Yes, A. D is about suitable for children.
Yes, suitable for children. Okay, fifth one now.
And
The
A is
length of the walk depending on the weather. Where did we read the word weather?
D, ma'am.
weather. In D.
But we also now need to find out that the length of the walk, how long your walk is, it depends on the weather. D, weather.
The walk is ideal.
B, ma'am.
The walk is ideal in fine weather. Fine weather is depending on
This
the weather.
walk is ideal in fine weather, as it takes you
And
to
it
the
takes
shore of
you
the
to
lake
shore of the
at the
lake
spot
and
convenient for swimming. The length of the walk depending on the weather. That how long your walk should be. Anywhere else that you read the word weather? Anywhere else?
No, not weather, not weather.
Created an artificial lake was originally instanced. Adventure after to the starting point. Okay. All right. I would want you to read this line in here. We will consider D and C, and maybe if we can find some more information. Read C last lines also. The length of the walk, how long your walk is, depends on the weather. If it's short or long. Read this last few lines.
After you leave Seoul, you have to choose a road to return to the standing point. So either continue via Thirdly Park or it's raining, take the shorter direct route.
Look,
But weather is
the word is, what is this? Raining. If it's raining, then take a shorter route. If it's not raining, then travel through the other point. So the length of the walk depending on the weather. Can you see that if it's a long walk, if it is not raining, if it is raining, it's a short walk. Do you get that? Because in here, they have not told us anything about the length of the walk. They have just told us the walk is ideal in fine weather as it takes you to the shore of the lake at a spot convenient for swimming. There's no dependability in it, that the length of the walk depends on weather. Length, short or long, we don't have any idea.
yes.
Bilal, what do you say?
Yes, ma'am. C, ma'am.
So C it is, and I'm going to end today's class in here. We've tried to solve it by just finding words, although the word lake was given in 3 paragraphs, but we had to focus. A chance to spend time beside the lake. Although the word caves was mentioned in 2 to 3 paragraphs, but we had to find out the chance to go into the cave, and we found it in paragraph E. Then the word architecture was clearly given in here, but this information was not related to it. There was no information about different architecture, and we found out strange looking houses. Strange looking means unusual. Although the word architecture is not given here, but the context of it, the way something is built, the infrastructure is the architecture, isn't it? It's the design. Unsuitability for young children. We read about young children in here, but there is no clarity here about the word children, but they have mentioned that it's a dangerous place and not recommended for under 6s. People who are under the age of 6, it's not. Now, otherwise you would not be able to find it, but you would have to just pay attention a little bit. Why? Because this information is suitable for kids. So you can't keep on looking and scrolling D again and again and again. And the length of the walk, yes, they have talked about the walk everywhere. An undemanding walk over flat ground. This will suit you perfectly. This is also a perfect walk. The other one that they talk about, an ideal walk. Everything is ideal walk, except that one that is changes because of rain. Understanding or not? That's why we're going to go through.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you. I hope you understood something. We'll continue question number 15 to 26, hopefully tomorrow.